With the Epstein files being leaked and showing us the rabbit hole of humanity every single day, I decided to come up with a list, a dream team, let's say, of vigilantes in fiction that we may need right now as a people to take care of the, let's just say, satanic threats that seem to govern us. And I'm putting together a team. Fictional vigilantes that we need in the world right now. A 5 to 6 man team that could honestly have taken down Epstein's operation before it even began. That would have destroyed every single elite tied to him in this whole global sex trafficking ring, alright? People who can infiltrate the island like this and decimate it from within, and then everyone connected to it. Now, I'm not going to be mentioning like big time superheroes, Spider-Man, Superman, Batman. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about street level heroes, human, skilled as fuck, but not like this, alright? Not to the point where, oh, we can just take on gods casually. No, I'm talking about heroes that I think could realistically be in this world. With the exception of one that will be tied to the supernatural. And also, when it comes to these heroes, I'm not after vigilantes that have no kill codes. As much as I respect a no kill code and respect human life, we need to grow some balls right now, alright? As humanity, alright? And I'm not, listen, I am not making this video to say this is actually what I want to have happen. I'm not condoning any violence. I'm just saying, hypothetically, if there's some cool killer vigilantes that were on Earth, what would happen? And if I had to build a team to destroy Epstein's entire network, what would happen? That's what I'm saying. This is a comedy. This is a Dave Chappelle show. I'm playing a character, alright? Honorable mentions. Liam Neeson's character. This guy takes on sex traffickers left and right. His daughter was taken by one. He took on the entire Albanian sex mob, for God's sakes. I'm pretty sure there are 2 movies where he fought other gangsters from other countries, I think. Was it Turkey, Istanbul, Africa? Whatever. He was on the run from his own government at one point, right? You definitely need a guy like this. My boy Ray from Mr. In-Between, one of the most based characters in all of fiction. He is an assassin, not technically a vigilante. Neither of the people on this, in the honorable mentions, besides one, is a vigilante. But still, if you need someone who's based and has experience taking on PDF files and sex traffickers, he's the guy. He doesn't care about letting the law come in between him and his target. He will circumvent it by all means. He will march into a Diddy party with a shotgun and blow everyone the fuck up. That's who you need. Rorschach, Watchmen. I'm not talking about the comic book Rorschach. I know the comic book Rorschach has a lot more problems than the movie one. There's some controversies, mental instability times 10 in the comic books, but for what he is in the movie, you need someone who has the aura of Batman, a little bit, who has fighting ability, gadgets, can also take a life if he needs to, never compromises on his principles. That's what he is. Never compromise. That's what he is. You need a guy like Rorschach. And then, of course, John Wick. Now, John Wick, I think, is a superhero. Alright? That's why I can't really put him in, because I'm looking for assassins that are just a little 1% more realistic. Not that much more realistic, but John Wick is a superhero. Obviously, if you had John Wick, you win. You just win. Epstein's gone. His entire network is gone overnight, alright? Alright, the dream team. Here we go. You ready? To balance this out, we need somebody who can hack them. Someone who can take them on digitally. Alright? You need at least 2 to 3 field agents with military prowess and fighting skills when you're actually infiltrating the islands and shit. You need a public-facing disruptor. You need a face to the cause. Somebody that can rally an army, rally troops behind you, rally the people. And then you need someone who deals in the occult, potentially. Maybe. If there is some supernatural demonic shit happening, we need someone who might have to deal with that. And that's where I'm going to get into the more fictional, less street-level grounded hero category, okay? But we're going to get to that. First is the disruptor. Okay? The public-facing personality. Who's better than V? Come on, man! This man took on an entire fascist police state. Not single-handedly, of course he had help, but he literally did it. He made an entire government shit themselves with just a couple video speeches. Bro, like, come on now. You blow up a couple buildings, you blow up the idea. It's the idea. It's the idea of a masked man doing this, right? You need to present a face to the cause. Make the elites mobilize to find him. He's almost like your distraction, but he's also there to bring energy to your cause. Theatricality and deception are powerful agents, like Ra's al Ghul said. That's what V is for. He's perfect. He throws the elites off their game and makes them make mistakes. That's where you capitalize. That's where you learn to find their weaknesses and destroy them from within. He has a personality and charisma to raise an entire fucking army of masked V people. He can do it. You need support, not just protests. You need people who are willing to march in the face of, like, government authority and guns. and say, fuck you, stick the middle fingers at them. That's what V can do. Also, if he really needs to fight them off, he can. He's superhuman. His abilities make him versatile. If he is backed to a corner, even though he'll have people rallying behind him, you're gonna need him as a disruptor and distractor. If he's backed to a corner, he can fuck these people up. Throwing his knives left and right, he'll kill them all. He'll kill them all! We need a hacker. We need someone on the digital frontier. We need someone who can break through firewalls, hack into bank accounts, leak emails more than we know. Destabilize technological infrastructure. Mr. Elliot himself from Mr. Robot. He's the ultimate guy. This guy hacks corporations for fun. This is what he does. Let me give you a synopsis of what this man's ability is. He can attack financial infrastructure, erase consumer debt, expose corruption at the highest levels, cyber vigilante, that's what he is. And he has social engineering skills that allows him to gain trust and get into places. This is what you need. He's basically your fucking super spy. I forgot Michael Weston. He should have been on this too. Damn it! Michael Weston from Burn Notice would have also been a good honorable mention because he can do all this too. Shit. Not at the same level. But honestly, if you want to hack the corporate elites, CEOs, find out what they know, figure out where their money is going to, right? Where do they put their money? What offshore bank accounts do they use? What do they do when they get desperate and they panic? Who do they trust? Who do they put their money with? Who do they communicate with? You figure out that, you figure out the entire system, the entire communication chain. That's what you need. Mr. Robot could have figured out Epstein, every single Epstein move. Like this. Give him a computer. Done. It's over. Remember, if you know who they call when they're desperate, you know exactly who to trace. You know exactly probably where the next fucking Diddy party is at. You know what I'm saying? Now you have the field agents. Listen, you're gonna need some commandos, man. You can't just have hacking skills and be on a camera and have good charisma, right? I don't want V to do all the fighting himself. You need field agents to infiltrate islands and infiltrate government organization buildings and all this stuff, right? So, who are we gonna get? Well, we need to make this precise. Field Agent 1 will be in charge of investigating people, locating with the help of Mr. Robot, and be the final executioner of the evil ones. He's the last thing they see when they die. Who's better than Dexter Morgan? He's so skilled at that. He's so skilled at that. This guy knows child predators inside out. He has the mind of a crazy person. I don't think he's a psychopath, by the way. He's a sociopath, an intelligent one. But he's dealt with child predators before. You know he has a personal stake in this game, okay? He's very good at identifying targets. He has FBI technology and all that stuff, right? He has FBI catalogs and databases. I'm assuming we're talking about Dexter in his prime years, not like when he's on the run and shit. He has observation and planning skills, right? He knows exactly who to observe, and he waits for them to all gather in mansion party. And I love the idea of the last thing someone like Epstein sees is while he's on the table, wrapped up in all that tape and shit, is Dexter showing him the pictures of all of his victims before stabbing it. And by the way, he needs to have a much more brutal death than just being stabbed, by the way. I'm hoping Dexter can do that. But yeah, and also, Dexter's a sociopath, not a psychopath. So you need somebody who low-key kind of enjoys the killing. Some of the characters, these other characters, are not like that. They're vigilantes who kill because they have to, but Dexter, he kind of lives for this. Field Agent 2, combat expert and a good improviser on the spot. You need someone who can walk into a room with all these elites, pretending he's like a religious Mormon or whatever, and then he just kills them all with any object that's around. Who better than Robert McCall, the Equalizer? Again, you can argue if he's a vigilante or not. He pretty much is. Come on. No, come on. He can kill you with anything, in any environment. You give him a credit card, he'll beat the shit out of you with it. You give him a frickin' Walmart or a Home Depot, whatever it might be, he'll kill you with it. He'll destroy you with any object there. And look at his resume. He's beaten mobsters, organized crime leaders, sex traffickers. He's beaten everyone. I'm pretty sure he took down the entire Russian mob solo. Like, come on, man. You're trying to tell me that guy, probably alone could take on the entire Epstein Island. But remember, he's just one field agent. I'm going for overkill here. I am. Field Agent number 3. You need to call him the cavalry. Robert McCall can walk in with no weapons, but when there's a lot of, let's say there's a lot of security on the island that you're trying to infiltrate, and they're all coming at you, you need a soldier who's so good at fighting multiple people at once. Someone who can use guns and bombs. Someone like Frank Castle. Yeah, well, what, do you think I'm not going to call him the Punisher? He's the exact person you call him for a situation like this. He's the exact person. He's got everything you need. All the skills you need. Guns, knives, explosives. He can plan a tactical takeover of the entire island like this. All he needs is to get Dexter close to the right targets, and Dexter can get them in the room and do his thing with him. He can take care of all of their agents, all their soldiers, blah, blah, all that. He can take out their numbers for you. I love the idea of the elites on the Epstein Island. The last thing they hear before all their men get shot is, "Ooh!" from Frank Castle. John Bernthal's yell. That's awesome. You need that. That's a primal rage. That's a primal scream. Then the last part of this is the occult. Now, many of you may not be religious, okay? And I'm not saying I am necessarily either. I believe in God. I believe that there could be stuff on the other side of this reality, right? But there's a chance that some of these elites maybe worship Satan or Moloch or Baal, maybe Beelzebub, maybe some Paimon in there too. Who knows? Maybe they want to mix it up. There's a chance that we might be dealing with some demonic entities that they're sacrificing kids to. Maybe there's the presence of a demonic entity, and none of our heroes, like Dexter and Frank Castle, won't know what to do, despite the plot armor they have as characters. It's kind of out of their domain. And I know Frank Castle has battled beings in the Marvel comics, but I'm just saying, stick with me here for this hypothetical. Epstein arguably might have been doing human sacrifices to Baal. Might be conspiracy talk, I understand, but at this point, can you really doubt anything when it comes to these elites? Let's say they summon Baal somehow, right? You need somebody who knows how to deal with demons. If a demon is summoned, there's only two people I trust. And I'm only going to choose one of them, but hear me out here. There's nothing to fear but fear itself. Doom Guy kills demons for fun. Now, Doom Guy might be too OP for this list. And he is the definition of overkill. He could probably take that. You don't need the rest of the team if you have him, right? So I don't want to add Doom Guy into this. What I will say is John Constantine. John Constantine has a resume unlike any other. He's freaking met the devil. You think Baal and Moloch are going to scare him? He met Lucifer. So you need somebody like him. You need someone who's a very good spellcaster, who knows how to deal with fucking demons, who knows how to ward them away. He's the perfect guy. If someone's possessed, if a kid's possessed and you need an exorcism, he's your guy too. You have the ultimate team ready to destroy Epstein's entire network. And plus, if he's a solo act and you need him to be motivated for this, tell him Rachel Weisz has been captured on the island and Keanu Reeves is going to come running. All right? That's it. That's all you need for the perfect Epstein killing team. Those are the best vigilantes you have at your disposal. I'm telling you this, if they existed, this wouldn't exist. Epstein and his network wouldn't exist. They would have been taken down, humanity would have been saved. And who knows, maybe we wouldn't be governed in the same way we are now. All these people who secretly rule us without us knowing, right? Unfortunately, guys like V don't exist. I know it sounds like I'm supporting terrorists because some of these guys are killers. I'm not, okay? Hear me out here. Sometimes you need to change. And the people who have the balls to do it don't exist. Instead, we have people like us who just want to do nothing. You're stuck with idiots like me, cosplaying as vigilantes, pretending they're doing something here that's important. I hope I am. I want to do more, but we need guys like that. Unfortunately, we don't have it. Here's what I think is happening, okay? I don't mean to sound like a moron. I don't mean to get political in this, but there is a group of people that's vying for power, oil, money, sex that exists at the top, okay? There are some organizations that I could name that have been literally said by the horse's mouth Epstein himself, by the way, in some interviews. If you know, you know. But I won't go there. All I'm going to say is there's a group at the top. And they want us fighting about random shit here. Left versus right, blue versus red, socialism versus communism, Republican versus liberal, left versus right, all this shit, right? That doesn't matter. Even country versus country, they want us at each other's throats, some of us, you know what I'm saying? They want us fighting what's in front of us, this meaningless bullshit, without looking up. They like us blind sheep cattle. I will put together a secret society of vigilantes. I know that me saying this publicly on a video defeats the purpose of it being a secret society, but you know what I mean. I'm just saying. That's my expressed desire. No. Well, hold on. Let me say this. Not vigilantes that are doing illegal activities. No. Just trying to have conversations. That's it. It's like a club in university or college. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. I will put it together. Fuck, why is Mel Gibson here? I will put it together. That's a different video. I will put it together, okay? Any YouTuber who wants to join me in this, let me know. If you're watching this, maybe. Let me know. Just email me. All right? Email me. Saying I'm in. Maybe we'll create a little community. Vetted community, by the way. I don't want morons and degenerates on this, but That's my instated goal. Now, what our purpose is and what we will end up achieving, I don't know. We'll just leave it up to the forces of the universe. But change needs to happen, y'all. I'm not an extremist, I promise. I could never condone violence. No defamation on this channel. This is a comedy. Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on a mission to take over Hollywood. But the army must keep growing. If you want to suggest video topics to me, or talk about your favorite movies or favorite film theories in a community with like-minded individuals, join the Zafy Discord now. Link is in the description and the comment section as well. Join us. This movement is just beginning. We're taking over Hollywood, one coke line at a time.